So this is podcast that I am also doing as a host, but it is not my podcast. It's called Today's Voices podcast. So we were discussing about what's next after graduating. You know, as youth after having that degree, we have a lot of thoughts.
Because I think
everything will be very difficult, not being able to find something to do. While yes, there are a lot of expectations, the family is expecting a lot of things. So find out more on the Today's Voices podcast. I will take the link. You can also search it. But this was a great interaction. This was a great discussion.
And even if you know someone, at times, unoshika patoni munhu already. That position that you are targeting, patoni munhu. Peter say, Saga, I actually went into depression for a while. During that time. Mm-hmm. But what worked for me, I was in Masvingo, that's where I'm based. Yeah. I sat down and thought, all right, this city, what's in it for me? Mm-hmm. My degree is political sciences. Mm-hmm. What am I going to get from this? Exactly. I don't have any, it's not like it's a degree you can do something with skills. You can. Yes, exactly. It's a degree with mind in it. And if you don't do something with it, you will just sit there and be idle and think So I thought of a way. I came to Harare, started to look for opportunities. Exactly. You know, I looked for opportunities. So I think that's what works. You sit down, with a degree pa table. Wofunga kutora tindoita seko ne degree is. Because at times we might say it's good kuti uite from political sciences onoruka musoro. Exactly.
Yeah, so I need to understand how do you manage to shift from, you're a political scientist, but now maybe what you're doing to some extent is not that relevant. Maybe I'm a social worker, but the social work world, there are so many competition, people are doing wonders, and for me, I just have a 2 degree. For me to compete, it's something that is difficult. How can I shift? Maybe now I want to shift it to start doing an agricultural business. How can I shift? The realistic is that we don't have money. So how can I shift? Because whatever that we're seeing out there, maybe it's a business, whatever that I want to do, I need capital. And I can't just come to you, Mkomaita, and say, can you borrow me $100? What if the business doesn't work? Where can I get that $100? So how can we shift from just being degree holders and starting doing something that can benefit us?
The challenge is not capital.
Yeah.
Look, I'm an economist. I've worked, in Africa and in the States and in Europe on economics and this advisory. Yeah. The challenge we have is in the mind, in the mindset. Okay. So you remember I told you, these certificates must not be hung on the walls. Okay. Don't walk out in the streets and tell people with a degree, whatever. It's useless. Okay. It doesn't help. Yeah. People who have made it in the States, these youngsters who have made startups are all college dropouts, or mostly, not all, but mostly college dropouts. Yeah. So the argument I'm trying to advance, to youngsters is that an idea, resides in everyone. Everybody has an idea of how to make money.
We've got so many ideas, but on implementation, that's why we want help.
So the big issue in Zimbabwe as well is we have dead capital. Yeah. Youngsters in Zimbabwe, if you were to give them $100 or say $5,000, they will rush to buy a car. So we need education on what we call dead capital.
Dead capital, okay.
Embe, how many T-shirts and shoes do you need? 2 shoes, 2 pairs of shoes are enough, and 3 T-shirts are enough. Okay. But you find people jostling to spend lots of money, buying shoes and embes. Yeah. And you come to me and say we don't have capital. That's what you call dead capital. Take Yembe Zako in your bedroom and sell and start business, okay. Because Yembe is just for your fashion. Yes, it's for your proud, to be proud, for your pride. Okay. But there's no return. It's actually a loss in that there's Liwangama Gundwan and you lose out, So just have what you need, just enough, and do something, Yes, there are so many things, that people can actually do. And look, we really need time to continue this discussion, but also to come back again to ensure that not just the curriculum, but that the mindset of youngsters themselves needs to change.
Okay, so, I'm so interested with what you're saying, Kuti. As you sure, pay our 1 or 2, I need to balance, So I like that, you need to shift our mindset. So yeah, I'm so grateful for that information. This is the realistic that we need to hear. Because Takango's going to you can start a business, but if you don't have that information, to say you can have 2 pairs that enough, and all that money you are getting from maybe from our parents, $20, we do something instead of going and buy a lot of clothes, So maybe this is something that many young people need to hear. So from my sister, we're trying to look at the realistic. You said you're a political scientist and you once came across depression trying to balance things. So how did you manage that situation?
Okay, before I answer your question, allow me to just dive into what Mukoma Itai was saying. He spoke of kuti, start something, start small. I also tried to start a business during that time. I tried. I really tried, but it failed dismally and made me think kuti maybe zvazvisi zvangu. Maybe zvandakanodzidzira ndo zvandikufanira kuita. So sometimes I think now to answer your question, you need to give yourself time. Give yourself time. Think, what are you good at? What are you good at? It's not all about zvawakanodzidzira. Kune vakanodzidzira what they are good at. Kune vasina kunodzidzira what they are good at. So you need to look at yourself. Think, kuti inini sa ever joined, ndinogona chini. And try to make money out of it. Try to make money out of everything that you can do. Don't do things for free also. Don't do things for free. Even if you think of starting a makeup business, don't put on your sister's makeup for free.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, so that's where it starts kubhadharisawo inini ndine kaskill kangu kakati akavedwe bhadharai, and stuff. You start seeing value in yourself. Unobuda depression that way. For me, that is what worked for me. I started doing gigs, speaking and stuff, and I was getting money out of it. And I saw kutaura pamwe pacho pamwe ndo kuchatondoraramisa in life. Yeah.
Thank you so much. If I had a conversation recently with my fellow brother. We're discussing an issue. He wanted a photographer for his graduation. So he asked me, do you know someone who is a good photographer? And I'm telling him, so when saying the name I thought when he's going to say, Donald referred me to you, he's going to get a low price, in terms of photograph. And I followed up and I was Badra Mari and the Badra Mupa. Yeah, Taura, Mupa. And I said, why? You should negotiate it. And he raised some sentiments that resonated well with me. When you are into business and when you know your face, it's not always good to say, because that person is trying to make a living, You need to make sure that you capitalize whatever that you're doing. He's after profit, is after a living. So you need to make sure that whatever that you're doing, if it's emergency, it's understandable and reasonable. But there's no, not person ngochema. So yeah, I agree with you, and I'm so grateful to hear from you. If you're hearing from someone who experienced that, you be motivated. So as we are closing our conversation, I think I would love to hear from you, my brother and my sister. What can you say to a young graduate who is out there struggling to earn a living? He's got holding a master's degree, he's holding a bachelor's degree in law, in social work, in whatsoever thing. What advice can you give to that person who is trying to make it to life, but it's not balancing? Maybe starting from you.
No, thank you. So don't compete.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Exactly.
No pressure. Don't be hard on yourself.
Okay.
Talk to yourself.
Okay.
What are you good at? Like my sister says here. Yeah. What are you good at?
Okay.
Try and create at least 3 streams of income.
Okay.
I like the fact that you tried business and it failed. If you only tried once, I would ask you to try 5 more times.
5 times.